Hello Year 1, this is your feedback video. So first of all, if you use what's on the screen and get a pencil and just tick any work that you've completed. So just check you've matched up the pairs properly. Pause if you need more time. It should be there were 12 socks altogether. There were 2 in each pair and 6 pairs of socks. Here are some counters. So you should complete the sentences and circle the groups. Circle the groups like this. There are 8 counters altogether. There are 4 equal groups of 2 counters. There were 20 counters altogether, 4 equal groups of 5 counters. 30 counters altogether, 3 equal groups of 10 counters. And your practical activity, if you're using 30 counters, you can make 15 groups of 2. You can make 6 equal groups of 5 and 3 equal groups of 10. So you might notice the smaller the number, the more groups you can make. Some of the things you might observe. So if we were making groups of 10, that's a big group, so we could only make a small number, we could only make 3. Let's have a look at your reasoning problems. So here we're looking at odds and evens. So the even numbers we can sort into pairs. So if you think about it, when we've got an odd number of people in the classroom, there ends up being with somebody who can't be with their pair. 6 we can sort into groups of 2, into pairs, and 8. So our 2 even numbers. This one you need some knowledge of how many days in the week. If we save 10 pence on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's 7 days of the week, and the answer for that one would be 70 pence. And here, it says 4 children share some sweets. They get 10 each. How many do they have all together? So let's show their 10, just underneath each person. Scroll up in just a second. Let's get rid of that underlining. There we go. So we're giving 10 to each person. So rather than draw, I'm putting the numbers here. This is the next step in your problem solving, to use numbers rather than drawing lots of circles or dots. Take a long time to draw 10 for each one. So 4 children share some sweets. They get 10 each. So they had 10, 20, 30, 40 all together. Let's look at this one. We're going to use a similar method. 5 children share some stickers. They get 5 each. There are 3 left over. How many do they have to start with? So we need to give each person 5. And then it says that there are 3 stickers left over. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. If I count up, 26, 27, 28. So how many stickers did they have altogether? It was 28. We could sort our 25, so they had 5 each, and the 3 left over makes it up to 28. And let's look at some of the methods we've used to think of a number. So we talked about using something called trial and error, which is having a guess and seeing if it's right when we did this activity on another day. So let's just make a guess. So I think of a number, I halve it, and I add 3. So what about if it was 6? So I think of a number 6, I halve it, which would be 3. I add 3, which would be 6. So that's pretty close, but it's not right. So I can now have another go. So I'm going to think of a number 8. I'm thinking of a bigger number. I didn't put 7. So I'm not going to ask you to halve odd numbers at the moment. That'd be a bit tricky. So we're going to go to the next even number. So I think of a number 8. I halve it and get 4. And I add 3. And that gets me to my answer of 7. But the other way to do these is to go backwards. So if I go backwards, so my number is 7, I added 3, so I'm going to take it away. So do the opposite, take away 3. 7 take away 3 gets me to 4. And next, I halved it, so I'm going to double it, which gets me 8, and that was my number. So those are 2 methods, trial and error. Have a guess and see if it's right. Otherwise, go back, do all the opposites to what happened to work back to what the original number was. So that answer and that answer, 8 was the number we started with. And it's always a good idea just to check. So let's put 8 back in just in case. I think of a number 8. I halve it, 4. I add 3. It's definitely 7.